Hi, my name is Lornette, and I'm in St. Louis, Missouri. I'm 59 years old, and I'm getting ready to retire.
Where are you retiring from?
The state of Missouri from 25 years of working.
Where are you from? Are you originally from St. Louis?
Yeah, I grew up in St. Louis, but I was born in Little Rock, Arkansas.
How was it growing up in Arkansas? Tell
I
us
didn't
about your
grow up in
childhood.
Arkansas. I was born there, and then my mom moved back to St. Louis. So I was raised in St. Louis. I'm from St. Louis.
How was it growing up in St. Louis?
It was a little rough. I didn't have the best of childhood. I was with a single mom. She really didn't work. She was disabled herself. So it was like, it was kind of rough. It was just put it that way, because it wasn't stable. I lived in foster care homes. We was homeless and went to churches for food. But most of it wasn't all bad. I can't say it was all bad.
What schools did you go to?
Luckily, I graduated from Hazelwood West. We moved in the city from house to house every 6 months. And my mom finally met this guy, and I loved this guy. He was like, he wanted to marry my mom. He was really nice. He came and got us and took us to breakfast. And I was like, this man comes and takes us to breakfast. He's really, really nice. And then one day he said, I'm going to show you where you're going to live. And I was like, really? So he took us out in Hazelwood. He said, this is going to be our new house. And I was like, wow, he going to move us out of the city. I was like, Mom, marry this man. I don't care what you do. But she never did marry him. My mom was like that.
Where were you guys staying at in the city?
Everywhere. We moved like every 6 months. We stayed basically like in the mid-city, Cabiny, and around Enright. We stayed in that area.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead. So. Yeah.
How was it growing up in the city? And what year is this that we're talking about?
We're talking from when that I can remember. Because basically, since I was born in Little Rock, a lot of my family is in Little Rock. So we went to Little Rock to St. Louis a lot. So I stayed in Little Rock for summers and that kind of stuff. My family's from Little Rock. So we would go back and forth. And my mom, being the gypsy woman that she was, she was good. She loved us. I'm not saying she was a bad mom, but she did what she had to do to make her kids survive. Sometimes we stayed with men that I didn't even know, and he would say, keep your kids out of my living room, and we would stay in one little room and be scared. I was like, I'm not going to go in his living room. We were good kids. We're not bad kids to go terrorize in your house. But I felt that from him, and I was a kid, and I was like, I'm not going to go in there. He just don't know I'm not that kind of kid. If it's glass, I'm not going to go. And matter of fact, if I see my little brother, I'm going to go pull his ass out of there. But he didn't know that. But, that kind of thing. So my mom just stayed where she had to stay to keep a roof over our head sometimes. So it was a little rough.
What happened after high school?
Luckily, when we moved to Hazelwood, we stayed in Hazelwood. It was wonderful. I went to Hazelwood West, went to school with all the white people. It was really nice. We stayed near Berkeley, though. So Berkeley and Hazelwood was like a line. So all my friends was from Berkeley, and that was the hood. But I went to school in Hazelwood with most of the white people. So I had a pretty good upbringing from that point on. From when I was in 5th grade. That's when I started being active in school, being in a choir and doing positive things. Having white friends, learning about prejudice that I couldn't deal with then because I was in a white school and they all look at me. I'm the only little black girl. I had to deal with all that prejudice stuff too. But I got over it because I was a good kid. So it wasn't like all bad. They was nice to me, but I could feel the prejudice. I was a smart kid.
So did you go to college? Did you go?
Yeah, I graduated. Then I went to Harris-Stowe. My dad took me there. God bless his soul. Oh my God. Because I was getting ready to do some wild stuff. Mm-hmm. He was like, you're going to go to school. You're not going to be a stewardess and do all that stupid shit. Mm-hmm. You're going to get an education. Mm-hmm. So he took me down to Harris-Stowe. Granted, If you didn't know, Dr. Givens was the president of Harris Stowe a long time ago. That was his best bud from college. So he took me down there. I did my SAT. I got my classes and everything. And then at the end, he waited for me all day to do that. He took me upstairs to the president's office. Said, I'm going to introduce you to my friend. And then Dr. Givens, you're going to find a job for my daughter. She's going to go to school here. So I worked in his office. He created a job for me. Do you know what kind of prejudice I felt from students at the college? A created job. How the fuck she get in the president's office? Who she think she is? I don't know. My dad knew him. They gave me a job. Don't beat me up, you know? So I felt all of that. And what changed that is these gay guys that was on the cheerleading team. They said, you know what? We got some fat people on our team. You were so cute. You got to try for the cheerleading team. I said, I don't want to be no cheerleader. That y'all girls, y'all too fucked up. He said, no, try out. I tried out. I made the team. Granted, I brought some cuteness to the team. But at first, it was like, ugh. And then when I made the team and they got to know me, they was like, oh, you cool. We thought you was stuck up. I was like, you thought I was stuck up? You didn't get to know me because I worked in the president's office. Then nobody really tried to get to know trust in a black school. The first time I went to a black school in a while, because I graduated from Hazelwood West. It was all white. So I'm like, dang, I'm with my people. I'm finna kick it. I felt all kind of prejudice because I got the job as a student, part-time job in the president's office that nobody else applied for or could apply for because it wasn't it was created for me. So I felt the prejudice, like, who she thinks she is and who is she? Bitch, I can't help it because my daddy and them are buddies, you know, beat me up. So, but once I got on the cheerleading team and made it, my image changed. Everybody loved me and all this bullshit. That was a bunch of crock. I'm just saying.
What other adversities have you faced in this lifetime, and what advice would you give to your younger self if you can go back and change anything?
My younger self, how young? Because you can't really change how you was brought up. Because I couldn't change my mom didn't have no job or she lived. I wish I could change that, but I don't think that would have been in my control. So the only thing I could think of is something that could have been in my control is when I made decisions for myself. And I made some bad decisions. But you have to live and learn. Like, you know, get out there. Like, fucking in your mama's house. Okay, you ain't gonna fuck in my house, get your own house. Okay, you gonna move out. You think you all that, you know, and find out it ain't all that.
What advice would you give to young girls who want to grow up fast?
I would say take your time and learn about yourself. Get your education. Get grounded. Don't depend on nobody but yourself. Because at the end of the day, all you got is you and God. I don't care what man is in your life, what he provides for you, that can be stripped away in a moment's notice. And if you ain't got shit to stand on, you out there bad, because the motherfucker will drop you. Anyway, hopefully not. So if you got your own job, you fuck this shit, I'm gone. Fuck you too. You can handle yourself, you can be on your own, because you need to be able to depend on yourself. Not saying you're going to be by yourself, but be prepared.
So, in closing, what would you, if you had it to do all over again, what would you do over?
I probably wouldn't get married as soon, because I've been through several marriages, but I ain't going to even talk about the marriages. But sometimes you make wrong decisions because you think you're in love, but that ain't really love. Just get to know somebody, really get to know them. And don't believe the hype. Oh, I'm going to take care of you and it's wonderful. After 6 months, it might not be as wonderful and you done made a commitment, jumped into something, end up divorcing after a year. So, yeah.
So if there's anything you want to say in closing to anybody out here who is listening and watching, now's the time to say.
I would say take care of yourself first. Take care of your health. Because with me retiring and going to a whole new life, I'm experiencing something that I should have been doing for myself. And I'm realizing working hard and doing overtime, working 2 and 3 jobs, that shit wore my body down. Now it's time for me to take care of myself. So I'm going to take care of my health. I'm going to join the gym. I'm going to exercise. Matter of fact, 60 ain't going to look so much better because I'm going to try to get cuter, not older. Get my drip. Do I look 60? No. Anyway, I just take care of yourself for your health. You ain't got to be on all these medications, high blood pressure, diabetes, thyroid. I'm trying to get off all that shit. And the more weight I lose, you just gotta be health conscious. But not only that, prepare for retirement. I'm not trying to give a seminar here, but people don't prepare. And when you have a 401k or something on your job, invest in that, young people. Take it out your check. You ain't gonna miss it, and then you'll have something to fall back on. Social Security ain't gonna make it for you. You probably don't have none. Okay, be honest with you. So build a nest egg. That's my other advice.
We appreciate you, Miss Lornette, sitting down with us. Thank you very much. Thank you for everything.
Thank you.